Welcome to our study on functions. Today we'll look at inverse of a function. So inverse of a function is denoted by the symbol f inverse x and can be obtained by 1. We have to let f of x in the equation given be replaced by y. So we let f of x be y, then we work towards making x the subject of the formula. Then finally, in our final stage, we let x or substitute or replace x with f inverse of x, then take replace y with x, then in the end whatever you have, that's the inverse. So let's try and use step 1, 2 and 3 in our first example. So we have given the function h of x is equal to 2x minus 3 over 5. Find h inverse of x. So step 1, we let h of x, what we have here is h of x, so we let h of x be y. So we're going to write this function as y is equal to 2x minus 3 over 5. We have let h of x be y. Stage 2 says we make x the subject of the formula. So over 1 we cross multiply so that we can have 2x minus 3 times 1 will still give us 2x minus 3 is equal to y times 5 is 5y. What we want is to have x as the subject of the formula. So we're going to get the 3 to the other side. We're going to have 2x is equal to 5y plus 3. The sign will change, that's come that side. So for us to get x, we divide throughout by 2. So 5y plus 3 over 2. 2 and 2 will cancel. So we have x is equal to 5y plus 3 over 2. We have made x the subject of the formula. Then finally we replace x with h inverse of x, because what we have here is h, function h. So we have h inverse of x is equal to, and replace y with an x. So it's going to be 5x plus 3 over 2. There we have it. We have the inverse of h of x. For our second function, we have given the function g of x is equal to 1 over 3x plus 2, and we're asked to find its inverse. So we let g of x be y, so we have y is equal to 1 over 3x plus 2. We work towards making x the subject of the formula, so we cross multiply. We have y times 3x plus 2 is equal to 1 times 1 is 1. So we expand this one, so we have 3x times y is 3xy plus 2 times y is 2y is equal to 1. So we want to make x this with the formula, so we leave the one with the x this side. So 3xy is equal to 1 minus 2y. So we divide throughout by 3y. We're going to have x remaining this side, and we have 1 minus 2y over 3y. Finally, we replace our x with g inverse of x. That will give us 1 minus, then we replace y with an x, 2x over 3x. So that will give us the inverse function of g of x. So for a final example, I got it from a past paper in 2016, and it was awarded 6 marks. So the function f is defined by f of x is equal to bx minus 1 over ax, such that a should not be equal to 0, trying to make this one not be undefined at any point, where a and b are real numbers. If f of 2 is equal to 5 over 2 and f inverse of 0 is equal to 1 over 3, then find the value of a and b. So f of 2, since we already have f of x, f inverse of 0, let's first find the f inverse of x. So we let f of x be y, so we're going to have y is equal to bx minus 1 over ax. Stage 2, step 2, we make x the subject with the formula, so let's have over 1, we cross multiply, then we have our a xy after multiplying a times ax is equal to bx minus 1. We want to make x is subject of formula, so let's have for the x's on one side. So I have axy minus bx is equal to minus 1. So x is common, we factor it out, remain with ay here, minus b is equal to minus 1. Therefore, dividing throughout by ay minus b, so we can just have x this side, we have minus 1 over ay minus b. We replace x with f inverse of x, so f inverse of x is equal to minus 1 over ay. Sorry, replace y with an x as well, so it should be ax minus b. So this is our inverse function of f of x. However, we've been given f inverse of 0. So f inverse of 0 simply means in the f inverse of x we substitute 0 where there is x, and that will give us negative 1 over, if we put 0 here, the a equally will be 0 after multiplying with a 0, so it's going to be over minus b, and that will give us 1 over b. So our f of 0 is f inverse of 0 is 1 over b. However, f inverse of 0 has an exact value given, which is 1 over 3. So let's substitute for f inverse of 0 with 1 over 3, so that we can have 1 over 3 is equal to 1 over b. We cross multiply, b times 1 is just b, which is equal to 3, meaning our b is 3. So now we have the value of b. Let's use our f of 2 to help us find a. So f of 2 is equal to, if we're going to substitute in the given equation, it's going to be b times 2 minus 1 over a times 2. So f of 2 has been given to us as 5 over 2. So let's have 5 over 2 in place of f of 2 is equal to 2 times b is 2b minus 1 over 2a. We found b to be 3, so let's substitute 3 for b. So we have 5 over 2 is equal to 3 times 2, which is 6 minus 1 over 2a. So this will give us 5 over 2 is equal to 6 minus 1 is 5 over 2a. We cross multiply, 5 times 2a will give us 10a, which is equal to, and 5 times 2 is 10. To get a, we divide both sides by 10 to imply that a is equal to 1. Therefore, we have our answers: a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 3. And you are done. Thank you.